Hi friends, welcome back. My name is Amber Gatlin. I'm an actor, singer, producer, and visual artist, and today I'm going to recap my very first art pop-up so you can get a better idea of what to expect. And yeah, we're gonna go through this together. I'm gonna break down my prices, products, exactly what I spent money on and how much money I made so that you can feel better prepared if you ever go on this journey as well. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos from me about acting, singing, and my journey of building an art shop from the ground up. So these past 2 weeks have been a lot. I did get engaged. I'm very happy about that. My man finally proposed. Not finally, we've been on this journey together and the timing was very, very good. We went out and bought a ring together about a month ago. And it was such a wonderful surprise. He actually coordinated with 3 of my best friends, so they all came up to the city. They don't live near me, so they all came up to the city and surprised me, and we just had a wonderful, wonderful weekend together. Yeah, it was absolutely stunning. I don't want to take up the whole video with this, but it's just a very big deal in my life, so I thought I had to mention it, and I'm wearing this ring all the time now. I absolutely love it. I'll give you a good look at it. My nails are not what they were a week ago. I had like the acrylic, not the acrylic, but like the Gel X tips, and they looked so good. I'll show you a picture, but we're back to my regular nails. It was the first ring I tried on and it fit me perfectly. And I tried on a few others, but this one just felt meant to be. It's a very unique style and a very unique color, and I wanted to have a ring that felt very, special somehow. And this one, like, since we picked it out together, it has come to feel more and more special to me. So, but yeah, more than the ring, I'm just grateful to have someone in my life who is so good to me and treats me so well. So yeah, feeling very grateful for that. And also it was the week before this art market that all this was happening, so it was a lot kind of juggling hosting and preparing the last bits and pieces for this art market. I have to say, if I could go back, I would tell myself to kind of let go of feeling like I needed to have everything perfectly prepared, because the art market truly was very casual and very neighborhoody, and the vibe of Greenpoint Open Studios is more just come as you are and show us your process and let us get to know you a little bit. So even if I didn't have all my prints perfectly wrapped or prepared or all the paintings perfectly done, like it didn't really matter. And I definitely didn't get everything exactly prepared the way I was planning to, but that was okay. And I wish I would have not let the stress get to me so much, because I was just really struggling in those last couple of days before the pop-up happened, just feeling a little bit scattered and unprepared, but everything worked out for the best. So I did end up painting live, and I felt really good about that decision because there was a lot of downtime, and rather than being anxious or worried, I just was able to kind of get lost in my process of painting. So that was really nice to have. I definitely focused on the easier parts of the painting, which was like the plants and the sculptures, and I didn't touch any of the like the human bits of like having to make flesh tones, or even the shirt is like really kind of complicated, so I didn't touch any of that. I just focused on the easier stuff, which I don't regret. Here's a quick breakdown of what I was selling and what prices I was selling them at. This is specifically for day 1. Day 2, I made a slight adjustment, but I had my original paintings. I had prints for 4 of my paintings, the cat painting called Homer 1, teapot 1, Toad in the Teapot, and Ghost with Her Pumpkin. I was selling the larger ones for $45 and the smaller ones for $30. I also had my Mooncat stickers. I was planning to sell those for $4, but when I got them in the mail, they were a lot smaller than what I was picturing in my mind, so I decided to sell those for $3. The first day I sold 1 print and 1 sticker, and those were both two friends of mine. So I came home feeling pretty discouraged. Yeah, I really just had to take a moment to face the reality that this is more of a passion project than a genius business venture that is going to allow me to quit my day job. I think if I am diligent and smart about how I use money and resources in the future, maybe it can get to a point where it's more lucrative. I think later down the line, I can definitely make some money from this if I am smart about my decisions around money and what I do with it. I do believe in my art and what I'm selling, but the reality is that the economy is tanking. We live in the age of AI where a lot of people are just content having AI create images for them that feels like art, and that's fine. I have to like reconcile with that reality. So yeah, I do think that there's plenty of people out there who do care about art and wanting to support small businesses out there, but that first day traffic was really slow, and I just kind of had to face the fact that it's going to take a long time for me to start to earn any kind of real money from this. So that was a tough pill to swallow. I was also PMSing, so Saturday night was not a good night for me, honestly, and I just want to be transparent about that, because if you're doing this for the first time and you have, you know, these beginner optimistic expectations about how these things are going to go, and then they don't go that well, you know, you're gonna have some emotions about it, and I certainly did, and I certainly had to like go through that and, you know, still show up the next day. And I definitely wanted to show up. Like, being at the art market and being at my booth, like, that is a great time. The vibes were good. Chatting with the other artists was great, and I got to chat with a lot of people who came up just to see my art and talk about it, which was so nice. I saw a lot of friends. So I really felt good on Saturday. It was just after everything was done with on Saturday and I was just sitting at home with the numbers, I was like, wow, once again, I have spent a lot of money, and there is no plan, like there is no blueprint of how exactly I'm gonna make back this money, let alone make a profit of some kind. So yeah, that was a tough pill to swallow, I'll be honest. But Sunday was a lot better. I decided to lower my prices a little bit. So I went from selling my prints for $45 and $30 to $35 and $25, which felt like a good decision. I think at this stage I'm really trying to focus on exposure and making friends and building a community and finding people who are interested in my art style. So yeah, a couple of other ways I did that was by creating a email sign-up list. I brought a clipboard and some paper for people to give me their email if they're interested in staying tuned for my shop lunch. So I got a few names and emails from that, which was great. Yeah, and I did make a few more sales on Sunday, 2 of which were from complete strangers, and those were the most validating of like, oh, like this is not, you know, people who are supporting me out of the kindness of their hearts. These are people who I don't know, who don't owe me anything, and really just like what I'm doing and want to buy it. So that was really, really special. And to all my friends who bought things too, I'm also so appreciative of that. Yeah, or just if you just showed up and showed your support, that is also great. I really appreciate all of you guys who made it out. Yeah, so let's take a look at these numbers here, and don't worry, don't let it depress you. We're gonna get through it together. The total that I spent just this year on working on this art business was $860.66. Most of that was on printing, packaging supplies, and stickers. Art supplies came in next at $276. Then social media, I bought a TubeBuddy subscription, and I don't even know how to use that, so that was kind of, I don't know how smart that was. And then skill building, I spent $6 on a class from Erin Blaze, which I definitely don't regret. That was a great little online course on human anatomy. And at my first market, I made $136. So yeah, definitely not what I spent. Turns out it's a lot easier to spend money than to make money. So yeah, that's what we're learning here, is to be careful about what we're spending, because it can be easy to get carried away when you're just starting out and you have all this excitement and all this optimism. Anyway, so yeah, am I going to do another art market? Yeah, I had a good time, and now that I have spent the money on these prints and these stickers, there are things that I just have now, and I do feel like having a photo of my booth will help me get accepted to other events. And the other events that I'm going to try to focus on are those that really focus on people coming to buy, because like I said, this was more of a neighborhood get to know you type of event, and less of a, hey, I'm out trying to sell my art and, you know, find buyers. So yeah, it's just it's a learning process, and I'm really glad that this was my first crack at it, because it did feel very casual and low stakes. And I feel good about where I'm at as far as getting things ready to launch my shop in September. I think that will happen. I just have to build my website listings, and I think prepare a few more products. I'm hoping to make a digital coloring sheet and some smaller things like that. Like I said, these past couple of weeks have been absolutely wild with the engagement and seeing friends of mine, the art pop up, and I actually just lost my pawpaw last night. I wasn't able to be there, of course, because I live so far away. And his health just really rapidly declined, and he is in heaven now with my Ran, and I know they're going to be happier together. But I am still processing that, and I'm going to be flying home for the funeral soon, so, you know, life just keeps happening. You know, we plan and we make plans, but, you know, life kind of just all happens at once sometimes, and that's okay. So yeah, happy Pride Month to everyone, regardless, gay, not gay. Happy Pride Month. I'm wearing my Pride earrings. I'm gonna try to wear them every day this month, just to show support to this community that I love so dearly. And I know they've been going through such hard times this year with all of the violence in the news and the legislation pushing back. So just big shout out to all my trans peeps and my gay and lesbian people. I love you guys so much. Keep being yourselves, keep showing us how to be brave. And even if you're not out of the closet, you know, you're still included in this love. Thanks again for watching and tuning in to my art journey, and I hope wherever you are, you're making time for your own creativity. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!